Gangsta no live in a tenement yard. No. Rude boy no live in a tenement yard. Too much watch it, too much so. Them chatty.
What's up, family? It's your boy. I'm here at Urban Sports Guru. I'm in the building. Thank you for being here. Make sure you hit the like, hit the subscribe. NFL free agency. Last week I told you I was getting crazy. It's getting even crazier. Even for my boys, my New York Giants. What did we do this week? We still have the number 2 pick. But what did we do? We traded Jason Pierre-Paul. To the Tampa Bay Bucks, who've been wanting a pass rusher since day 4 forever. They drafted Noah Spence a couple of years ago, and he still has not matriculated. They took our guy. They took one of our pass rushers from a couple of years ago, and he's been kind of like a mentor. They haven't had a dominant rusher there on the edge to go with McCoy for quite some time. So they finally got in JPP. We basically swapped 4th round picks, and we get an extra 3rd round pick. Okay, people asking why would the Giants do this? Well, a few reasons. A, we're going to a 3-4 this year, not a 4-3. Now, there are questions as to whether Jason Pierre-Paul can play 5 technique defensive end in a 3-4. There's some good questions. I was trying to be optimistic thinking he can because, A, Jason Pierre-Paul is a damn good run defender. Say what you want. He is a great run defender when you're running right at him. And he can chase guys down, sideline to sideline. Yeah, he just sucks against read option, as we all know. But he's a damn good run defender. So he can hold up against the run at 5 technique. Furthermore, I had a feeling that bringing him closer to the quarterback might make him a better pass rusher. As you saw with this past year, finally with Jadeveon Clowney. Jadeveon Clowney wasn't playing right outside linebacker. He was playing 5 technique defensive end for the Houston Texans, and he had his best season. So I was kind of hoping the same thing for JPP, but I understand why they made the trade. Furthermore, next year, Jason Pierre-Paul is to make $19.5 million and $17.5 million a year after that. You know, people were blaming everything on his accident where he blew off a couple of his fingers. Jason Pierre-Paul's play dipped significantly before that. He was injury prone a lot before then, 2013, when he only had 2 sacks. Now, 2014, he finished off with 12.5, but that was well late into the season when the season was over with. It was almost like garbage time. Now, last year he had 8 sacks. The year before that, last year he had 8.5 sacks. The year before that, he had 8 before being injured once again. So the Giants basically did not want to be paying $19.5 and $17.5 for a guy who's giving them 8 sacks a year. You don't want to do that. You pay that to the Von Miller types who are going to give you 15 plus. Guys like that. J.J. Watt, when healthy, who are going to give you 15 plus. So to pay that to him when he's only giving you 8, yes, good run defense and all of that. But I understand where Gettleman's coming from, and you get an extra pick out the deal. You know what? That's a good move. Very good move. I applaud Gettleman for that. Because we basically paid JPP out of fear. Because New York Football Giants, what we do is we collect pass rushers. We don't trade them. So we paid him out of fear because we didn't. It's really hard to find pass rushers nowadays, but, you know, especially for 4-3 pass rushers, it's very, very difficult. One of the reasons why so many teams are switching to a 3-4, because Bill Parcells has always said it, it's easier to find pass rushers. Much easier. And in today's football climate just makes that reverberate need so much louder. Now, question is, what would my Giants do with the number 2 pick? Now, there's an offer on the table, supposedly from Buffalo, where we get the 12th pick, the 22nd pick, and the 2019 first round pick. Will my guys take that? On the surface, yes, I want us to take that. Why? Because we can get McGinley, the left tackle from Notre Dame that I've told y'all for months that I love. We can get him with the 22nd pick. He's kind of a late first rounder. Maybe we can get him in the second round. Maybe if Philly leaves him alone. So we possibly could still get him in the second round. We could use the 2 first-round picks on other needs. What mainly makes me interested in making this pick is when I look at Seattle and San Francisco from a few years ago. When I look at Los Angeles Rams and the Philadelphia Eagles right now, all 4 of these teams were able to build up so many assets because they didn't have to pay their quarterback. Right now, Jared Goff and Carson Wentz are not getting paid anything. They're on a rookie deal, so these teams are able to stockpile so much talent at other positions because they're getting great play from their quarterback that they don't have to pay him yet. That's 4 or 5 years of great quarterback play for cheap. Now, once you pay the quarterback his $100+ million, that's easily 4 positions that you can't play. You can't pay good money to. You heard what I just said? That's 4 positions that you can't pay good money to. Now, my New York Football Giants, of course, we already have a franchise quarterback in Eli Manning. So when you get the opportunity to get a plethora of extra picks, that if you get these extra picks out of, say, like I just said, when you're paying a quarterback, that's 4 extra positions you can't really load up on. But when you're getting these extra picks, now you can kind of load up on these other positions. Why? Because these are all guys on rookie deals. They're not getting paid anything yet. So this is what's making me really, really want the Giants to make this trade. There's one problem. One big fucking problem. Because the problem is, I like what we could possibly do with 22 later in the first round. Problem is, if we take the trade with Buffalo at 12, all the guys that I would want early will be gone by 12. Bradley Chubb will be gone by 12. And y'all all know who I really want. Saquon motherfucking Barkley. He will be gone by 12. Let's go through it. Cleveland, number 1. If they take a quarterback, and I made this clear, I'm going to say this again, and I'm going to say this every fucking week until the draft. Cleveland Browns, stay the fuck away from my guy, Saquon Barkley. Stay away from him. Leave him the fuck alone. Don't you fuck that boy's life up. I digress. Cleveland, number 1, my guy's number 2. Jets, number 3. They're taking a quarterback. Then you got Cleveland again at number 4. So if Cleveland does what I fucking told them to do and stay away from Saquon, then we got Denver. Denver at number 5. Could they trade up with us? Now, if Denver trades up with us, they'll offer us something even sweeter. We still got to worry about these bitches at Cleveland at number 4. I can't see Indianapolis. I can't. Tampa, they just lost their running back. He just went to Oakland. I can't see Tampa passing up on Saquon. Chicago has a good young running back. Maybe they'll pass on him. San Fran, you give Saquon to Jimmy Garoppolo, they're not. John Lynch is a very smart man. He is not passing up on Saquon Barkley. Oakland might, because they have a couple of running backs, beast mode or whatever. Miami's not passing up on him. Oh no, Miami's not passing up on him. And you got the 12th pick, you have Buffalo, which if we make the trade with Buffalo, will be at 12. So as of right now, that's the one thing. Like, Saquon will not be there at 12. Bradley Chubb will not be there at 12. The guard from Notre Dame that they talked about us picking will not be there at 12. So we can stockpile other positions, but the guys that are my favorites in this draft, we won't get. So outside of McGinley, the left tackle from Notre Dame, who I want, we'll definitely be able to get him I mean, we could use the 22nd pick on him instead of waiting and hoping Philly doesn't touch him at the end of the first round. Instead of waiting to the second round, we can snatch him up at 22. But everyone else that I want an opportunity to have, we won't be able to get. So that's right now the conundrum that I'm having. But we have a few weeks until the draft. I'm monitoring some other offers are coming in. And one thing I've noticed as the draft gets closer and closer and closer, teams that feel the need for a quarterback, they overspend. They will overspend. And with that overspending, we're going to get an even better deal than supposedly we're being offered from Buffalo right now. We're going to be offered a king's ransom for that number 2 pick. And this is wait to see what happens on that. Furthermore, in free agency, Johnny Manziel went to, I believe, the University of San Diego's pro day, and he threw. There was like 10, maybe 13 NFL teams and scouts out there. Now, the receivers had asked for him to throw, so he didn't just upstage them. Now, let me just be on the record. I've never been a fan of Johnny Manziel. I was never personally against him. I just never believed in him as an NFL quarterback. Great college quarterback, never really believed in him as an NFL quarterback. However, I love what Shannon Sharp brought up because it was one of the first things that I thought about this. You got all these scouts watching Johnny Manziel, and if this little bitch gets another shot and Colin Kaepernick still hasn't gotten that second shot. Colin Kaepernick is far more talented than Johnny Manziel, but it's never been a question about talent. And Shannon Sharp brought up, gave up some really good advice. Gave us some really good advice about how, okay, maybe Cap should go to a school's pro day because they're not going to come to him on his own shit, on his own workouts. Go to the school's pro day, see if the receivers will ask you. Those late round receivers, prospects will ask you to throw, which they probably will because he is a, you know what I'm saying, he was a great young quarterback. And then you'll have the floor in front of NFL scouts to show what it is you're still capable of. I think it was an excellent idea. Only got one issue with it. Where the fuck was this idea last year? I've been on the record that my belief is that this is the kind of shit that should have been advocated to him last year. The videos he put up of a throwing session. This is the kind of shit that should have been done last year. Everybody was just so caught up in the raising the fists and all of that shit. And I love the unity, but at the end of the day, it's the whole point of trying to get this brother a job where he can keep the platform that he used to advocate for us in the first place. That's the fucking point behind it, man. And I see what's happened to this brother, and it's so fucking sad to me. It's so fucking sad. And it ain't just him. NFL safety, former 49er player Eric Reed, former Pro Bowl safety Eric Reed. We're not talking about someone who's a borderline starter. This Eric Reed can still play. He can still play at a high level. He's still a free agent. Now, he put it out there this week that he does not intend to kneel for the flag this year. Hopefully that this can get him signed, because he's been the guy at the forefront. He was the first guy to join, especially on that team in San Francisco, to join Colin Kaepernick in his kneeling for the flag. And so far, he still has not been signed, which I think is a travesty. You can make a debate whether Colin Kaepernick deserves to be a starter in this league. That question does not come up in the sentence right now for Eric Reed. You cannot make that debate for Eric Reed. Eric Reed is a starter in this league. Put him on the right team, he'll go right back to the Pro Bowl again. There's nothing to talk about. And shit like that really pisses me the fuck off, to be honest with you. Really pisses me the fuck off. But I just want to see the right things done. Do the right thing, not the wrong thing. Furthermore, so I touched on NFL free agency. Malcolm Butler got paid by Tennessee. I forgot to talk about that last week. And I'm very, very happy for him. I'm very, very happy for him because he put in the work, and in New England, and he got shitted on. I'm very, very happy with what happened to him getting benched for the Super Bowl. The sucker little shit behind that he was still able to get his money. I was worried that he wasn't going to be able to sign a contract, get a good contract, get a contract as good as he would have gotten before that bullshit happened. Signed for $60 or $61 million with Tennessee. God bless him. God bless him. Just go, show out. He's made a Pro Bowl for New England. He saved their Super Bowl playing for New England. Just go to Tennessee, playing under a great defense coordinator, Dick LeBeau. Go there, ball, young man. Rumble, young man, rumble. God bless you. I salute you. As we get into this edition, right now, we're going to switch gears, get into this edition. Shit can't happen.
Shit can't happen. Shit can't happen. Shit can't happen. Shit can't happen. Now this ain't funny, so don't you dare laugh. Shit can't happen to him and your ass. You can't be touched, don't think you can't. Cause niggas ain't fucking around no more, man. This ain't funny, so don't you dare laugh. Shit can't happen to him and your ass. You can't be touched, don't think you can't. Cause niggas ain't fucking around no more, man.
On the NCAA tournament, stop right there. NCAA tournament. This one here is a really nice shit can't happen because we see a great play by the Villanova big man as he goes on both ends. As I guess with big men nowadays, big men has kind of been devalued to some degree. So it was late in the game, and I want you to just watch the plays because the guy comes running down the lane. I guess he thought he was just gonna put a float over him. He had to find out the hard way that shit can't happen. Get that shit out of here. Let's start the break. As we move forward, moving down. Come down. Oh, I'm following you. It can happen over here too. Fuck out of here. It can happen on both ends of the court. I don't know who the fuck told you otherwise. Shit can happen. Shit can always happen. Thank you. Those of y'all sitting here watching this video, I appreciate it. Why? Because you could have been anywhere in the world. But you're here with me, Urban Sports Guru. I appreciate that. Peace and love. God bless. I'm out.